Since these two are the solutions for this above two equations for the plane electromagnetic waves and their Maxwell equations in differential form, these two equations should satisfy the four Maxwell's equation. The first Maxwell equation is del dot E is equal to 0. So in the last class we have already told that del is always replaced with the value ik. So hence ik dot E is equal to 0. Similarly, the second equation is del dot H is equal to 0. Replace del with ik, then ik dot H is equal to 0. That is k dot E is equal to 0 and k dot H is equal to 0. That is, the propagation of the wave is indicated with k. Electric field vector are mutually perpendicular. Then only the dot product of two vectors will becomes 0. Similarly, the propagation vector is perpendicular to the magnetic field vector H. Thus, from this calculation, we have summarized that the plane electromagnetic wave is propagating with perpendicular electric and magnetic field vectors, that is K, E, H are mutually perpendicular in case of a isotropic dielectric medium. Next, consider the third equation, that is del cross E is equal to minus mu dou H by dou T. Then ik cross E is equal to minus mu dou by dou T of H is H naught e power ik dot r minus I omega t. So by differentiating with respect to time, the coefficient of time is minus I omega H naught e power ik dot r minus I omega t. So which is equivalent to H. That is ik cross E is equal to I mu omega H. That is k cross E is equal to mu omega H. Similarly, by substituting ik in this equation, ik cross H is equal to epsilon dou by dou T of E. So E is E naught, differentiating with respect to time, minus I omega into E. I get cancelled, we got k cross H is equal to epsilon omega into minus epsilon omega into E. The cross product of A cross B is equal to C means the C vector is perpendicular to both these A and B vectors. That is H vector, that is magnetic field vector, is mutually perpendicular to both propagation of electromagnetic wave and the electric field vector. That is, from these two equations we assumed that K, E, H are mutually perpendicular. So this is the second summarized point of a plane electromagnetic wave in isotropic medium. V is equal to 1 by root of mu into epsilon. V is equal to 1 by C by root of Km into K. Let us remember that. So from this equation, what is K? K is K into n cap. So substitute this value, K into n cap cross E is equal to mu omega H. That is n cross E is equal to mu omega by K into H. Omega by K is V. Already in the previous omega by v is equal to k means omega by k is v, that is mu v into h. By taking the magnitudes of this equation, so n cross e magnitude is modulus of e and mu v modulus of h. Then if you calculate the ratio of modulus of e by modulus of h, we get mu into v. Since the electric field units are volt per meter and magnetic field units are ampere turn per meter, so both get cancel, meter get cancel. These units of this ratio e by h which resembles the units of a impedance. Here we will represent it with the z. So z is the impedance of the plane electromagnetic wave because it have the units of the impedance or the resistance value. So mu, what is v? 1 by root of mu into epsilon naught. So 1 mu get cancel, root of mu by epsilon. Then z is equal to root of mu by epsilon. So where mu is mu naught into km and epsilon is epsilon naught into ke. That is root of km by ke into root of mu naught by epsilon naught. So this value mu naught is constant, epsilon naught is constant, km is constant, ke is constant, which is a real quantity. If the ratio is real, we can say that these two vectors modulus of e by modulus of h is positive and real quantity, then we can say that these two vectors are in phase, that is e and h vectors are in phase for a plane electromagnetic wave in isotropic medium. This is the third assumption. If you get the impedance as a real quantity, then we can say that the two vectors are in phase. Root of mu naught by epsilon naught is the impedance of free space multiplied by root of km into ke, where z naught is the impedance of the free space. This is the impedance of a plane electromagnetic wave for the isotropic medium. Next one is Poynting vector. So Poynting vector means the energy flowing per unit area and per unit time is calculated as the cross product of E and H. E cross H is 1 by mu v and cross E is equal to we can write this mu v as z impedance because mu v is 1 by root of mu into epsilon naught. Root of mu by epsilon naught is mu into v is, what is mu into v? Mu into 1 by root of mu into epsilon naught, that is root of mu by epsilon naught. So what is root of mu by epsilon naught? Z, that is z into h. So h can be written as n cross e by z. So let us substitute this value in this equation, e cross n cross e by z. A cross b cross c is a dot c into b E dot E into N minus E dot N into E divided by Z. Since these two vectors, N is the unit vector along the propagation of electromagnetic wave, E and K are perpendicular, then E and N also perpendicular, then this value becomes 0, that is E square N by Z. The average value of Poynting vector is N by Z. The average value of E square. E square is E naught square E power I K dot R minus I omega t whole square. It's a real value. N E naught square N by Z. Its E power x real value is cos value. So take the cos value and square that term. That is cos square K dot R minus omega t, its real value. So the average value of cos square term is 1 by 2. So this is E naught square N by Z into 2. That is E naught by root 2 is the RMS value. So this is square of RMS value. E RM square, root mean square value multiplied by N into Z. This is the average time average Poynting vector. We can also calculate in terms of the Poynting vector in free space. How we can calculate? This is the Poynting vector value is E RMS square by N Z. What is Z? In terms of Z is Z naught into root of Km by Ke. So let us substitute this value. Z naught into root of Ke by Km. Let us multiply and divide it with the root of Km here. Then that is root of Ke into Km divided by Km multiplied by E RMS square by Z naught into N. This value is nothing but N. N by Km into this total value is the average Poynting vector of a free space. This is the another method. So we can calculate the Poynting vector in terms of RMS value of electric field and also in terms of the Poynting vector of a free space. And the last term we have calculated is the energy densities. What is the ratio of energy densities of a plane electromagnetic wave in isotropic medium? The ratio of electrostatic energy density and magnetostatic energy density. Electrostatic energy density is 1 by 2 epsilon naught E square divided by magnetostatic energy density is 1 by 2 mu naught H square. 1 by 2 get cancelled. Mu naught by, since it is a dielectric medium, it is not epsilon naught or mu naught, epsilon by mu into E by H whole square. So E by H is equal to, from the previous class, E by H is equal to root of mu by epsilon naught. Then E by H whole square is mu by E, that is epsilon by mu into mu by E epsilon, that is 1. That is electrostatic energy density and magnetostatic energy densities are equal in for a plane electromagnetic wave in isotropic medium. So this is regarding the nature of plane electromagnetic wave in isotropic medium. Let us summarize the point. First point means they are traveling with less than the speed of light. Second point is the vectors k, e and h are mutually perpendicular. Third one is e and h are in phase since the ratio is a real quantity. And fourth one is pointing vector. The energy flow is in the direction of n vector. And fifth one is the electrostatic energy and magnetostatic energies are equal. So this is regarding the nature of plane electromagnetic waves in isotropic medium. Good morning students. Today we are going to discuss about the plane electromagnetic waves in a non-conducting isotropic medium. How these plane electromagnetic waves are traveling in a non-conducting isotropic medium or a isotopic dielectric. This will be studied in today's class. Let us consider the four Maxwell's equations. What are the four Maxwell's equations? Del dot D is equal to rho, del dot B is equal to 0, del cross E is equal to minus dou B by dou T, del cross H is equal to J plus dou D by dou T. These are the four Maxwell's equations in generalized form. In case of a isotropic dielectric medium, this displacement vector is epsilon E. In free space, we will write it as epsilon naught E. For isotropic dielectric medium, it is d epsilon E. Epsilon is epsilon naught into K. So, epsilon is equal to epsilon naught, that is permittivity of free space, multiplied by dielectric constant in electric field. And similarly, B is equal to mu H, where mu is equal to mu naught into Km, permeability of free space multiplied by the dielectric constant of that particular isotropic dielectric medium. And J is equal to sigma E. Here it considered it as a charge free region, and since it is a non-conducting medium, the conductivity is equal to 0 and the charge density is also 0. These are the four conditions for a non-conducting isotropic medium. They are characterized by these values. By substituting these values in the above equation, we get del dot D is equal to 0 implies del dot E is equal to 0, and del dot B is equal to 0 implies del dot H is equal to 0, and del cross E is equal to minus mu. Since B is equal to mu H, mu is constant, minus mu dou H by dou T, and del cross E. Del cross H is equal to J is 0, D is epsilon E, that is epsilon dou E by dou T. These are all the four Maxwell's equations in isotropic dielectric medium. Same as usual, first we will find out what are the wave equations, then we will calculate the solutions and calculate the Poynting vector and remaining terms, etc. Take the curl for the third equation, that is del cross E is equal to minus mu dou by dou t of del cross H. What is del cross? Del cross E, gradient of divergence of E minus del square E. So since divergence of E is equal to 0, this is simply minus del square E minus mu dou by dou t of del cross H is epsilon dou E by dou t, that is minus mu epsilon dou square E by dou t square. Hence the wave equation for the electric field vector is del square E minus mu epsilon dou square E by dou t square is equal to 0. Similarly, take the curl for the fourth equation. Del dot E is equal to 0 and del dot H is equal to 0. By taking the curl for the third equation, del cross H is equal to epsilon dou by dou t of del cross E. What is del cross E? Minus mu dou H by dou t. Similarly, we get the second order differential equation in terms of H as del cross H minus mu epsilon dou square H by dou t square is equal to 0 by taking the curl for the fourth equation. These two equations are the second order differential equations in terms of electric field vector E and magnetic field vector H. In general, we will write it as del square U minus mu epsilon dou square E by dou t square is equal to 0, where U is a scalar. It may be either electric field vector or the magnetic field vector H. And in general, the wave equation can be written as del square U minus 1 by V square dou square U by dou t square is equal to 0. This is the general wave equation. So if you compare these two equations, then 1 by V square is 1 by V square is equal to mu epsilon. Hence V is equal to 1 by root of mu into epsilon. We know that mu is equal to mu naught Km, dielectric constant for the magnetic material, and epsilon is equal to epsilon naught into K. Then V is equal to 1 by root of mu naught into Km epsilon naught into K, that is 1 by root of mu naught epsilon naught Km into Ka. We know that 1 by root of mu naught into epsilon naught is velocity of light. So in the previous class we have calculated. So this is C by root of Km into Ka. So this is the velocity of a plane electromagnetic wave in isotropic dielectric. The refractive index of any medium is given by n is equal to C by V. So then V is equal to C by n. So if you compare these two equations, here V is equal to C by root of Km into Ka. Here Km is the dielectric constant for the magnetic material, which is always greater than 1. Ka is the dielectric constant for the electric material, which is always greater than 1. So that is the plane electromagnetic wave in isotropic dielectric medium moves with a speed less than that of speed of light. In free space, it moves with velocity of light. In dielectric medium, its velocity reduces by the factor 1 by root of km into ke. So first summarization is, this plane electromagnetic wave in isotropic dielectric medium travels with a speed less than the velocity of plane electromagnetic wave in free space, that is speed of light. This is the first summarization from this point. V is equal to C by root of Km into Ke. So if you compare these two equations, N is equal to root of Km into Ke. For a non-magnetic material, Km is equal to 1. Hence, N is equal to root of Ke. So, N square is equal to Ke is called as magnetic Maxwell's relation. Just to remember that. So, this is the first summarization point. Plane electromagnetic wave travels with a speed less than the velocity of plane electromagnetic wave in free space, that is velocity of light. So this can be calculated by taking the curl for the third equation and fourth equation. By comparing it with the wave equation, we have calculated the velocity. So V is equal to 1 by root mu e, or V is equal to C by root of Km into Ke. V is equal to 1 by root of mu e, or V is equal to C by root of Km into K. Remember those two equations. Next, to find out what are the directions of these electric and magnetic field vectors in the isotropic dielectric medium. So we have write down the two wave equations, that is del square E. Mu epsilon is replaced with 1 by V square, that is 1 by E V square del square E by dou T square is equal to 0 is one of the wave equation, and del square H minus 1 by V square dou square H by dou T square is equal to 0. This is the another wave equation. Let us assume that the solution of this equation is E is equal to E naught e power I k dot r minus I omega t. Let the solution is H is equal to H naught e power I k dot r minus I omega t. So since these two are the solutions for these above two equations, here E naught and H naught are the complex amplitude of that wave, and here K is the wave vector given by K into n cap. K is nothing but 2 pi by lambda into n cap. 2 pi by lambda is written as omega by V. Lambda is equal to V by C, V by N, that is, this is the angular frequency, omega by V into n cap.